Good afternoon. It is Thursday, May 7th. Starting today a little later in the day than usual, but this morning was mostly just relaxing. I did film one more episode of Skyrim just because I felt like playing. I'm getting really far ahead in that and thinking I should probably, film an in-between game, alternating it. Just still haven't decided what yet. But fun. Now I'm driving because I'm getting hungry and I need some lunch, and rather than just making something, and of course I could make something, but there are nicer things, nicer options. I figured I'd go pick something up, so I'm gonna head to Buffalo Wild Wings, which I had a few weeks ago. That's pretty good, even as takeout. Figured that'd be a good option for just, gotta keep breaking break up the monotony. Get something I'll enjoy. Try and keep morale up, and it seems like a good way to do it. And it is interesting to note, they seem to have run out of their own boxes and just have plain white ones now. But I got, of course, appetizer sampler, and they remembered the marinara sauce for the mozzarella sticks this time, so that's good. And this is good. This is a comfort, a happy food. Just really an appetizer sampler. I order them so often, so many places. It is nice to be able to have and enjoy that. As much of a mess as it might look like when it's all crammed into the tiny box here. And that was a enjoyable meal, and then spent some time in looking at more possible things, mostly like PCI cards that allow you to just receive HDMI signal for a computer. Basically being, take the HDMI out of a camera and plug it right into the computer. And there's one that's like only $40 more than the box that I was planning to buy that would allow me to externally record from one camera, that would instead allow me to take 4 HDMI inputs into the computer. So one of those could be the same as the camera I would be doing otherwise, and then theoretically I could get 3 more of the same. Other things, just looking up for example, the camera that I was thinking of replacing this vlog camera with, which I have been thinking of replacing the vlog camera with since before I started vlogging. Well, there's a new version of it out, and the new version of it would also allow for an HDMI out that could also be used as a camera for the computer, so it could multitask. A few other things, just looking at more of that. But that's all big, expensive stuff that I'm not really going to do anything with right now. I'm still waiting on the parts for the computer. Theoretically should arrive tomorrow. But something I could do, and could be nice, is, I've been doing more minis work for a bit now, and definitely thinking of some new things to do. And one of the things that's sort of made some things interesting, difficult, is of course a limit on what paints I have. The silver that I have is actually split. It's old. Many of these paints I got with the idea to start painting bones. Silver is one of the ones that I got way back when it was, hey, I should paint some Warhammer 40k minis. And I did a few. But I used it for the medals on there, and it's not as good. It has split. It doesn't work very well now. Like the pigment from the binder is no longer. But yeah, so I need to replace that, and there are a few other, like I have a metallic blue, but I'd love like a metallic red or green. You know, that'd be things. And in general, I need some more blue, because other than, I have that metallic blue, and I have a sky blue, and that's it. For greens, I have like a turquoise and a hunter green. I also have a classic green, but again, that one is split. I don't have any orange. I don't know, I just made a little list of paints that would just allow a little more range with what I paint. And from looking online, Monday, you know, locally stores have been allowed to start opening back up. Apparently Michael's has done so. And part of me is like, is it really worth the risk? But I'm like, well, worst case, I drive up there and I decide no. Theoretically, they should be limiting the number of people in store. They should be doing additional cleaning. Should be fine. If I get up there and it's crowded and looks like, you know, this is unsafe, then I'll just turn around and go. But I mean, it's a craft store. I don't think there's going to be a rush on a craft store. I mean, it's not generally super crowded as it is, so I think I'm going to grab a mask, some gloves, maybe some disinfectant wipes, and I'm going to give it a shot. And I do have to drive like halfway back to where I was for B-dubs earlier today. So if I'd have planned it all out, I could have done this then, like when going to go pick it up or something. I mean, it's a level of inefficiency that would normally just drive me mad. But as it's been like 6 weeks maybe since I've had to put any gas in my car, I mean, I guess I can deal with a little inefficiency. It's not really going to cost me all that much overall. And there's a fair number of cars in the lot, but there are also quite a bit of signs around the door, and it looks like they do have spots where they, if we're too busy, are set up to be able to, you know, stop people and limit. You know, like there's a section set up where people could queue, basically. I think it'll be fine. You'll stay here. I don't want you to get infected. I have to clean myself well enough. I'll tell you how it was when I get back. And I got what I needed. It wasn't crowded at all. I guess the lot feels more crowded because most people are coming, one, maybe two people in a car, and so each car really represents usually one person, whereas a lot of times in a lot, when it's has a bunch of cars in each car is representing a group of people. So maybe that's why. I think I only saw one person that was there with a child. Now, majority of people were not wearing masks, other than, of course, the employees, which were all masked and gloved, and the ones at the register had the acrylic shields, and but as far as the patrons, not a whole lot of masks around. Which, of course, you know, whatever. They were at least good at keeping their distance, and there was no one else even in the aisle with the paints. So I got in, got what I needed, got out. Let's go home and I'll show you what I got. And I'm home, cleaned up, got the paints cleaned up. And so I decided to go with 10. I mean, I figure if I'm going to take the time to go get paints, I don't want to just get a couple. I mean, if I'm going to go out and do it, I might as well get enough that it'll last me through a bit, and I'm not going to want to do it again in a couple weeks. And 10 seemed like a good amount. It was like $22 after tax. And so with metallics, I got silver sterling. So I needed that. And then I got garnet and fire opal, which are both metallic reds. I didn't see a metallic green, so I got 2 different metallic reds instead. For blues, I got Look at Me Blue, cobalt hue, and I think Ink Spot is blue and not purple, but that's sort of a darkish but much light, lighter range of blue, and then a middle and a dark figure. I got a Thicket green, which is kind of dark, and a bright green, which is not so dark, and probably similar to the classic green, although not exactly the same, and since the classic green doesn't work very well, maybe this will. I got just a pure orange, because I had no orange, so I just got one, and then I got a lipstick red, because I have like sort of that normal kind of classic or fire engine, that bright red, and then I have like a burgundy, and this seems like maybe something in between the two. So, a number of more options. Now, I don't think any of them are going to be used on the guy I'm working on right here, but I am thinking of maybe starting to do some other ones that would need blues and greens, and I've already had times where I was like, I wish I would have had, metallic red or silver. Actually, there's some where I've gotten away with making it look like silver by using gunmetal gray, and then using a metallic pearl white on top of that. But that's extra steps and not quite the same. I was like, this would be much nicer. But yeah, so it was also nice to just go in a store. I mean, I didn't go shopping around the aisles like I would usually do at Michael's. I just, I went through, looked, found the aisle where the paints are, shopped there, and then went to check out. But it was nice to go into a store and get something that I needed other than food. Life is starting to resemble normality, When I went and got food earlier, there were signs in there that if later on I wanted to come eat in the restaurant, that was something that there were options to do. It's a very different normal, but it's a lot more normal than it has been for a month and a half. And hopefully another month from now, it's a lot more normal than it is right now. Be praying about it. And even though I'd gotten the new paints, I didn't do any painting. I did come in and look through what games I have. Consider my options. Because I have recorded another couple months worth of Skyrim. So it's like 4 months ahead. 5 months ahead. Something like that. I don't really know. And for quite a while now, it's been the only game that I've been putting on that channel. Whereas before, I would do 2 games at a time and alternate. I'd like to get back to that. It's been half a year without it. And then, so I looked at a bunch of options. And I think top option, Wind Waker. Now, I've never actually played the HD version, and I think I had 2 dungeons left in the old GameCube version when I just stopped playing it as a kid. So I've never actually beaten it, but I've gotten pretty far. Long ago. So that'd be a fun one. I think it would actually probably be on the channel for about a year with the rate that I put things up. So, I mean, yeah. In my mindset of, well, let's pick something short. I was like, it is not. But it does require me to be able to record from the Wii U, which is basically hooked up. I had to drag the bar out, which I don't know if actually is used for Wii U games or only for Wii games. I'm not really sure. But when I got the new TV, I just stuffed it down there. If it is actively important to the game, I will probably reroute it up on top of the TV. But I don't even know if I can record a Let's Play from that. I never have. And until I've done so, I'm not going to assume that it's going to work. If that doesn't work, I'm thinking maybe something like Minecraft, which is, of course, much longer. But also something that I can do, say, 10 or, let's say 10 episodes of, and say, and I'll come back to this in the future. Where it's like, hey, I'm just doing this for a little bit. Fun. Build something cool. Explore some caves. And we'll come back to this later. So there's some options. Because I've been thinking for several weeks now, I need to bring another game to the channel. I actually got a vlog edited and I'm getting that put up, so other things getting done. And of course, as all that is being done, time is progressing. It's getting late. I do, of course, have to work tomorrow. Isn't too upsetting as it's Friday, and so I'll have a couple days after that off. But still, I think to keep things simple, I'm just gonna have some pizza rolls for dinner and call it a night. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.